Okay, now we're going to be taking a look at simplifying complex fractions example 3. And why is this a complex fraction? Because we have a fraction, this is the numerator of the big fraction, divided by this denominator. So we have a fraction within a bigger fraction. That's a complex fraction. If you recall from the previous examples, first thing you want to do is make sure that the top and bottoms are combined. You don't want to have two terms on top or two terms on the bottom, two fractions on top or two on the bottom, and that's not the case here. We have one fraction on top, one on the bottom, so we are good with this step once again. Step 2 is to keep, change, flip, or multiply by the reciprocal of the denominator. Now here's why I did this, because the denominator is not a fraction, but the reciprocal of anything that's not a fraction is 1 over that thing, okay? One way to see that is I could write the bottom over 1, and then you can see that when you flip that, it becomes 1 over that. So that's why I did this example, for you to understand that the reciprocal of a non-fraction is 1 over whatever that expression is, okay? So now that we've done that, we can kind of see, I can see part of this is not showing on your screen. Give me 1 second. Okay, so when we do that, we end up with a trinomial right here, which means X method. Up here as well, looks like we'll be using the X method. This is so we can factor and cancel for step 3. So the top will factor using the X method. X minus 5x plus 1 is what x squared minus 4x minus 5 will become. Bottom here, x plus 5, x plus 1. Okay? Can't factor this or this. But what happens is, we can now cross cancel again. We have x plus 1 here and an x plus 1 down there, so those will cancel. And that's actually it. Now, that's because this is an x minus 5, and on the bottom I have two x plus 5s. That will not cancel. Okay? We'll have an x minus 5 times 1, which we all know is x minus 5. And I wanted to say something too about the bottom. Okay? So the top, you just get x minus 5 because it's x minus 5 times 1. The bottom is x plus 5 times x plus 5. Anytime you multiply something by itself, it's squared, right? So this is just x plus 5 squared. So our final answer is x minus 5 over x plus 5 squared. So that's it for example 3. Again, this is simplifying complex fractions. If you have any other questions about this example or simplifying complex fractions, let me know.